Hello everybody, my name is Augs and welcome to the FTB Academy. Now if you guys do not know, this is a brand new mod pack. Actually it's not new at all, but I did find it on the CurseForge launcher. This is actually a mod pack called Feed the Beast Academy. Now if you guys do not know anything about mod packs or modern Minecraft in general, this is kind of just a pack to get you started. This is aimed more towards beginners of modern Minecraft like myself. I really haven't played too much modern Minecraft, so this is going to be a good learning experience for hopefully both you and me as well. So this pack is going to be taking you through a lot of the main mods, as well as some of the side mods that modern Minecraft has to offer. It's going to show you guys some tutorials, and hopefully within this playthrough I'll be able to show you guys some as well. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into a single player world. So we're going to go ahead and select single player, create new world, and let's go ahead and call this FTB Academy Survival. Sweet. So FTB Academy Survival, of course, we're going to be playing on survival mode. Mode. World type default. Allow cheats. I'm going to allow cheats on just to make sure that everything is running smoothly in this playthrough. I don't want any bugs or anything like that to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on, but everything else is good. And let's go ahead and load it up. Alright, awesome. So here we are in the FTB Academy mod pack. Now if you guys are playing this alongside this playthrough, you are actually going to be spawning right here. So here is the spawn for the school. So it's actually really cool. There's a little bit of a school inside. It's actually going to take you through a little bit of the mod packs, of the mods in the mod pack, but there is a lot of mods. So let's go ahead and open up our quest book. So this book in our hand, all we got to do is right click it to open up the quest book. Now I'm not going to be reading all of this because there is a lot. So if you do want to read it, just be sure to pause the video and you guys can go ahead and read it. Exit tutorial, we're going to go ahead and select yes. So now we are officially starting FTB Academy. Now, it's pretty basic, basically just learning how quests work. All you gotta do, actually before we do that, a lot of this information down here, if you are newer, you definitely want to be sure to read some of this. It's very, very helpful. You can also press click here to read more, and it'll actually take you to a lot more information about just kind of everything that is geared towards. So if you click on, click to read more and it's about something else, then it'll, basically bring up a page of something else. But since we basically already know how to do this, we're going to go ahead and check the mark, and it's going to show you how to reset the school. So it is this little icon up in the top left corner, and there we go. Exit tutorial. Sweet. So now we're going to go ahead and go over a little bit of JEI. Again, if you do want to read this, go ahead and pause the video. There is a lot of information, especially right off the bat. There's a lot of information. But this first video is basically just going to be going through the school. So we're not going to be rushing through this mod pack at all. I want to kind of just take it easy and see what we can accomplish. But again, click to read more if you do need, some more information about some basic stuff. We're going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to show you how to use JEI. Now, JEI is a very, very good mod. It's actually super, super important. So, again, you can read this if you want to, but I'll go ahead and show it to you myself as well. All right, there we go. So basically, let me go ahead and show you JEI. Basically, if you open up your inventory by pressing E, obviously that's kind of basic, this over here is JEI. Now it might look like a lot, especially right off the bat. There's 45 pages. There's a lot of items in here. So obviously some of this is from vanilla, but it does also show the modded stuff. As you can see here, the Empower and literally all of this stuff down here is modded. So yeah, there is a lot in this pack, but it's gonna be really, really cool, and I hope you guys are excited for it. So you can use these arrow keys at the top to kind of cycle through the JEI user interface, but down here you could also search something up. So if I want to learn, you know, how to make cobblestone, or if I want to see cobblestone, all I got to do, search up cobble and then select it over here. Now selecting it will bring up another interface. Basically it'll show you everything you can make or use to make cobblestone. So apparently you can make giant cobblestone, cobblestone stairs, slabs. These are actually all mods, so that's not vanilla, but it is kind of cool. You could also chisel it and everything like that. But basically the gist of it is if you left click on it, you will get how to make that thing. So if we use, or if we search up a bucket, right, left click on it, it's going to show you how to make it, something like that, right? You could also press U, I think. No, wait, not U. It's R. Yeah, R will also bring up how to craft it. Now, if you press U on an item, it'll actually show you what you can use it for, like what its use is for. So as you can see, a bucket, you can, you know, surround it with some things to get a mana pump and all these other recipes. So it's actually really, really cool. And then the last thing I want to go on about this is if you want to, as you can see on this left side here, we have a mob master and a mob fan. We can go ahead and get rid of that. But let's say you want to learn how to make the bucket. Let's go ahead and go back to the bucket example. So we have a bucket over here. And let's say that I'm trying to craft a lot of things and I don't want to keep searching it up to get to it. All I got to do is hover over it and press A. So if I press A over something, as you can see, it moves it over to the left side, which is actually extremely useful because if we clear this by right-clicking down here, this is going to, you know, reset, but these are still going to be here. So it's super, super useful. And then you can go ahead and click A on it if you're not typing something up down there. Click A on it and it will go ahead and get rid of it. So yeah, JEI is super, super useful. And that's basically how it works. All right, quest book. So we're going to go through some storage, it looks like. So let's go ahead and jump into the school. All right, so it's going to have you open the different storage blocks, basically just to see what they look like. Obviously, this is just a regular oak chest, but it has a wood to iron chest upgrade inside of it, which is kind of cool. Then we have a diamond chest, which as you can see has a lot more inventory space. Diamond chests are more complex to make. We will get into that later into the playthrough, but as you can see, it does have a lot more space. And then a small storage crate also has a ton of space, which is super nice for inventory management, of course. Now, we can go ahead and use this upgrade. So as you can see, it says wood to iron chest upgrade. So all you got to do is hold it in your hand, right click on it, and it'll turn it to an iron chest, which will obviously upgrade its inventory space. And I kind of like the textures on these guys. They look kind of cool. They look a little different, kind of out of the place, but you know, it's also a really cool texture, I think. All right, so now we have bulk storage, which comes in drawers. So this is a regular drawer. I think it can hold 32 stacks or 16 stacks, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but that's basically only holding one item. Now, this drawer is a 1x2, and it can hold two items. Obviously, 1024 plus 1024 is 2048, so it kind of just splits the max count. And then these are compacting drawers, which are really, really cool. I think it's going to tell you a little bit about it. But in order to actually get what's inside the drawer, all you got to do is punch it. So if I left click on it, I punch it, and it gives me some cobblestone, as you can see on the hotbar down below. Now, if I go ahead and right click it with the cobblestone, it's actually going to put it away, which is actually really, really cool. So it doesn't have a normal interface, kind of like how the chests have. It's basically just, punching it and then putting it away just like that. So we can go ahead and get this as well. Wood and the wooden planks. Now it gave me a nugget. So all I got to do is come up to this compacting drawer and put that away like that. Now compacting drawers are super useful, especially if you're going to be storing ores like this. So iron is a perfect example. So basically it's going to break it down into what it can be kind of crafted into. So there's an iron block, regular iron ingots, and then iron nuggets. So all I got to do, if I want some iron nuggets, just click on the iron nuggets. If I want some iron ingots, there you go. And again, I can just put them away like normal, or get an iron block out of that, which is cool. So that actually gave us a 1K storage disk, which is also super useful. I think we're going to be going over that right now. Yeah. So here we have a disk drive, and this is a disk. So we're going to go ahead and slap that in there. All we got to do is bring the disk up to the disk drive, and there we go. Actually, there we go. Yeah, not here, right down here. Don't mind that. Just put your disks right here. So this can hold 1,000 items. This is a 1K storage disk. So 1,000 items of any item. Actually, not just one item, any items. But as long as the max count is up to 1,000. Now you can actually go more than 1,000. This is just one of the super basic ones. All right. So next we have a crafting grid. So as you can see, this holds a lot of stuff. We will be jumping into this a little bit later as well, but we can take out a bucket just like that. Right click the bucket on the full tank to take out some water. So over here we have a portable tank from thermal expansion. All we got to do, with a bucket in hand, go ahead and right click on it, get some water, and fill that one up. These are pretty basic. It's kind of just taking from one water source to another. But these portable tanks do hold a lot of water. If you look up in the middle of the screen, the top middle of the screen, you'll actually be able to see a blue bar, and that's basically how much the tank is holding. It holds a lot of water sources, so it's super useful. All right, let's go ahead and throw that bucket away and walk into the next area. Here we have technology and automation. So this is going to be getting to the fun stuff. So open the chest on the left and take out one of each ore and one dirt. So we take out a dirt and one of each ore. Pretty basic, just like that. Awesome. So it says you to set the right filter to a whitelist by clicking the triangle button on the left, then put the ores into the slots at the top. So it kind of shows you kind of a graphic up here on how to actually use the filters, which is kind of cool. And that is going to be on these ends right here. These are the resonant filters. So all I got to do is right click on it, and you want to make sure that it is whitelisted. So you're going to change it from blacklist to whitelist. And for this one, let's go ahead and do dirt. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? I think I actually have to put the ores in here. So we'll do a diamond, and then we'll do an iron. Again, whitelist. There we go. And gold, just like that. Wait, did I do that right? Oh, it wanted the ores in just that one. Okay. Well, don't mind me. Let's go ahead and move the ores into this one filter just like that. There we go. All right, for this one, we're going to be putting the dirt in here. Again, you want to make sure that it is whitelisted. And then this one is going to be blacklisted. So basically, the difference between blacklisted and whitelisted, if you have this set to blacklisted and there's nothing in here, it's basically just going to accept everything because nothing is blacklisted. So it's going to accept everything. And then vice versa on the whitelisted, it's going to, not accept anything because you're not accepting anything. Nothing is whitelisted for that. So we're going to have to select a blacklist and put the dirt on there just like that. Oh, with the ores. Okay. There we go. And just like that. Basic filtering. So now, once we have the ores in here, we have some tools as well. It's going to go ahead and filter into that once we press the lever. And it does have a kind of cool animation. You can kind of see all the things that are kind of filtering. So you saw the tools go in that one, and then all the ores and everything else would go in here in the respective filters. So you have the ores in that one, the dirt in that one, and then everything else kind of in that one, which is really, really cool. Okay, sweet. So now it's going to tell us to right-click the top tank with a crescent hammer. So if you right-click it with a crescent hammer, again, these are the portable tanks that you saw on the other side over there. Right-click it, and as you see, that almost instantly filled up the one on the bottom. So I'm pretty sure these work just like that. I don't think you can go up with it. I think it has to be moving down, which kind of makes sense. If you can picture, you know, like a hole that you're putting in on the bottom of this one, and it's kind of just like leaking into the bottom down there. All right, so now we're going to be learning about servos. Now, servos are these red things down here, and this is a hardened servo. So all we got to do is right click on it. Again, just like most other things in Minecraft, right click on it, open up the UI, and we're going to go to the redstone control over here. Now, this is set to high right now, and as you can see, there's no redstone that is, you know, sending a signal into this block or anything like that. So all we got to do is click on ignored, and it's going to happen. As you can see, this is filling up just like that, because now, you know, it's set to ignored, so it doesn't need, you know, a redstone signal, and it's filling up into the portable tank hardened, which, by the way, the hardened portable tanks can take a lot more water or lava or just fluid in general than the basic one. So kind of keep that in mind for future plans. So now we have a coal generator. We're going to go ahead and put that down. And the coal generator is actually kind of cool. By itself, it does nothing. But if you slap some coal into it, you're going to see that it's going to start generating crystal flux. Now, this acts as a power source for some things that I'm pretty sure it's going to be talking about right now. So we're going to go ahead and put the flux stock right there and the redstone furnace. So as you can see right here, it is draining the fuel out of the coal generator, and it is transmitting it to the redstone furnace. As you can see, the redstone furnace on the top bar that is red is filling up with power from the coal generator through the flux stock, which is kind of cool. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the redstone furnace. It says take 4 iron ore from the ore chest and smelt them in the redstone furnace. So let's go ahead, take 4 iron ore, and show you guys how the redstone furnace kind of works. All you got to do is put the iron ore in here, and it's going to go ahead and produce iron ingots. Now, I'm pretty sure the redstone furnace is a lot faster than the other furnace. It might be the same. I think it's a little bit faster, but the main part of it is that it doesn't have to use a fuel source, right? It's running off of power instead of just regular coal. So that's kind of something to kind of keep in mind as well. All right, cool. So now we're going to go ahead over to the Astral Sorcery area, which is kind of like where the magic is. And it's also one of my favorite sections in the Modpack, Britannia, specifically right over there. It's super, super cool. But now we're going to be taking a look at Astral Sorcery. Now, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't really know what Astral Sorcery is, so we're kind of going to be learning about this together, which is okay. Alright, so now we're going to take all the items out of the chest. And by the way, if you're kind of wondering how I did that, it is a mod, of course, but it's really, really nifty and super, super useful. So basically, if you're going to want to, you know, move a lot of things, you know, to and from a chest, instead of just, you know, doing it one individually after another, there's a mod where if you hold shift down and you hold left click down over all of this, it'll actually go ahead and move inventories, which is really, really cool. But let's go ahead and get this out. And we're going to be placing a crafting table on the white wool. Now, I think we're going to be making a resonating wand. And as you can see in the top left corner, it's telling you to see the JEI for the recipe. Now, if you guys remember at the beginning of this video, we talked a little bit about JEI. Again, it is over here. So we're going to be needing a resonating wand. So all we got to do is search up resonating wand, and there it is up here. So resonating wand, just like that, and it's going to show you how to actually make it. Now, if you see this little plus sign down here, it says recipe is too large to craft in the 2x2 player crafting grid, and that's basically just because it's, you know, there's not enough space in this crafting grid to be able to make the resonating wand. But a cool little tip and trick to do is if you look into a crafting table and you have a 3x3 available, all you got to do is click on resonating wand, and now it'll allow you to actually move the items into the crafting table, which is really, really nice. There we go. So now it's going to ask us to craft a luminous crafting table, which again, we're going to go ahead and search it up on the JEI, and here it is. Going to go ahead and push the little plus sign again, and we make a luminous crafting table. All right, awesome. So now we have our luminous crafting table. We're going to go ahead and place it down just like that. And it's telling us to craft some illumination powder. So just like we did for the other recipes, we're going to go ahead and search this one up. Illumination powder, here it is. Now this one is actually asking you to use the luminous crafting table, which we just made. As you can see, it looks a little bit different, and it's not like a normal, you know, crafting table interface. So we need 4 glowstone dust and an aquamarine, and it's going to make 16 illumination powder in the luminous crafting table. So let's go ahead and click on that, and it's actually really, really cool because it has this like kind of bar down here, which is kind of sweet. Gonna go ahead and put the glowstone dust just like that, aquamarine, and it's going to tell you what you're going to be able to craft. Now it's not, again, it's different from the regular crafting table because you're not able to get it right away. You actually have to exit out of the luminous crafting table and hit it with a resonating wand, and just like that, you're going to hear some sound effects, and here is the illumination powder, which is actually really, really cool. I like that crafting table. It's different from the other one, which kind of makes it really, really unique. And I don't know, I just kind of like the way it's crafting. There's a floating crystal right there. We'll get into that a little bit later in the pack. All right, so here we are in Britannia, one of my favorite mods, just because you can do so much with it. It's very, very nice. So we're gonna go ahead and take items out of the chest, just like we did earlier, and we're gonna craft the flowers into petals. So again, if you are unsure of how to make anything, just go straight to JEI. It's gonna save you a lot of time. So here we have the petals. If we click on one of them, it's gonna show us how to actually make it. So you take a mystical white flower, and it gives you 2 mystical white petals. Now in the chest, it gave us some mystical gray flower, brown flower, and a red flower. So all we got to do is put that in our crafting grid, all right here, and it's going to give us the corresponding color. So this is brown, it's going to give us brown petals just like that. Now if you are wondering how you actually get the mystical flowers, we will be going over that later as well, but right now this is what we have. Alright, so now it's going to ask us to fill the petal apothecary with the water bucket. Now, the petal apothecary, if you're wondering, because there's a lot of things over here that you're probably not aware of what's going on. There's like these floating green things over here. And also, might as well bring this up real quick. Yes, there is an arrow that's telling you where it is and what it is. But if you look at the top middle of the screen, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier as well. But it actually tells you what you are looking at. So right now, we are looking at the vivid grass, and it is from the mod Britannia. It is also harvestable with a shovel, which is a good source of information as well. So if you want to know what this thing is, this is a mana spreader, also from Britannia. Mana pool, another mana pool, and a Natura pylon. So basically, all you have to do is look at the item or the block or whatever it is that you're trying to figure out what it is, and it'll actually tell you. So if you look over here, marble, which is chisel, another mod pack, or another mod. And then if you look at these leaves, obviously just regular Minecraft. So that's kind of something interesting for you guys to take note of. All right. So we're going to go ahead and fill the apothecary, and it wants us to make an endoflame. So this is the recipe right here to make an endoflame. But of course, if you didn't know how to make it, right, because that's obviously not always going to be there for you, remember to always search it up. Search it up, search it up, search it up. So it's going to require 2 brown petals, a red petal, and a light gray petal to make an endoflame. So something about Britannia as well is you do need seeds to make some of these flowers, so just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so we're going to do 2 brown, literally just by dropping them in there. And what's kind of cool about it is if you look closely, you can actually see the brown petals like floating around in there. So that's kind of a cool little fact. And if you do actually drop something in here that you want to, you know, reclaim and get back in your hand, all you got to do is right click on it, shift right click on it. There we go. Shift right click on it, but you have to have an open hand. So right now, shift right clicking isn't doing anything. Open hand, and there we go, we get it back. All right, so we're going to go ahead and drop our petals in here. So 2 brown, a light gray, and a red. Now, it's going to show you that it is ready to make, but you do need some seeds. So all you got to do, drop some seeds in here. And there we go. We have our endoflame. So now it's going to have us place the endoflame on the lightest grass block, which obviously it's this one. And drop coal near the endoflame. So we have some coal here. We're going to go ahead and drop it. And what's going to happen is it's actually going to start eating it and consuming the coal. As you can see, there's some particle effects that's like fiery, because it is an endoflame, so it is kind of like a fiery particles. You also don't have to drop the coal right on it. If you drop it anywhere near it, I believe in like a 3x3, it will go ahead and consume it, which is kind of cool. Let's see. Sneak right click the mana spreader with the Wand of the Forest. All right. So by sneaking or shifting, right clicking on the mana spreader and putting it to the mana pool, it actually does, actually I think it's to this one. Whoa, what's going on here? What is going on here? All right, bind mode, there we go. Cool. So you obviously want to make sure that it's in the right mode. I think if you shift right click, yeah, there we go. Function mode and then bind mode. So shift right click on the mana spreader. If we're in bind mode, there we go. Hello? What? I think my game broke. All right, well. Anyways, normally if you shift right click on a mana spreader and connect it to the mana pool, it will actually, you know, bind to it. And as you can see, it's starting to, you know, kind of shoot some green particles at the mana pool directly, which is also kind of cool. Okay, so as you can see, there is a little bit of mana in the mana pool that is filling up. All we're going to have to do to create a mana steel ingot is drop some iron into the mana pool, and we get some mana steel ingot directly back, just like that. So yeah, there's also a lot of other crafting recipes. If you drop like pearls or ender pearls, you get something, and diamonds as well. But of course, we're going to be getting into that later in the pack. Now, something super cool is if you actually have a portal just like this one, if you throw the mana steel ingots into it, you actually get something back. There we go. An elementium ingots. And that is called Elven Trading, just like that. Now, it's actually really cool. This is sort of like iron. You can make, I believe, tools and stuff out of it, armor, and everything like that. But that is the kind of just the gist of Britannia. All right, so opening up our quest book, we have gone through literally each and every one of these. Now, I do want to take note that if you are a little bit confused or want some more information about anything that we went over, all you have to do is go ahead and press on it. So let's say, you know, you want to learn how to make energy or use a coal generator. Go ahead and select it and then click here to read more. It'll tell you more about different generators, and it'll tell you about, you know, how they work and everything like that. So You can literally do it with anything, not just this one. Again, you know, mana, just like that. Some of them don't actually have this tab down here, but you don't need to worry about that. Some of them do if they're a little bit more complex. But yeah, if you are interested in anything like that, that is just a way of, you know, a way to get more information. So now we're going to go ahead and get out of this school. We are going to the overworld, and this is going to be where we take part in the first episode of the pack. This is obviously episode 0, just kind of going over the tutorial of things. But yeah, this is where we're going to be going to in episode 1. We're actually going to be starting in the overworld, so I am super excited. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, kind of just going over basic things about these different mods. It might seem like a lot right now, but as we get you know, further in the playthrough, you guys will definitely be able to understand more and know kind of what's going on and everything like that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I do appreciate you watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.